What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Yang in the building, twitch.tv/YANQ. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Today we're going to talk about Adrenaline AMD, the RX 6900 XT Merc 319 Black Edition, and my overclock settings, how I run it, and what kind of frames that I get, and GPU temperatures that I get. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys is my OC, how I have all my overclock settings. These are settings that I like. This is, these are settings that I have that keep my GPU temperature fairly cool. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you right now is that I have a Lee & Lee 011 Dynamic Evo case. Okay, this thing lets me have 10 fans running on the inside. I have 3 at the bottom that are intake, 3 on the side that are intake. The 3 on the top are for my from my Kraken X73 water cooler for my CPU, which is an exhaust, and then I have a fan at the back that's an exhaust as well. All 10 fans are 120 millimeter. Okay. Now the Black Edition has 3 fans on it that run fairly smooth. It's actually very satisfying to hear. Personally, some people don't like the noise. Me personally, I like the noise. It lets me know that it's running nice and smooth. The fan noise is actually very smooth. And it can get real loud depending on how high you set your fan curve, your fan speeds. But the current settings that I have, it doesn't get way too loud. Plus, I have my headset on all the time when I game, so I can't hear anything anyway. And it's not like it's a clanking noise or real loud noise for anybody in the room with you. Okay, so here are my settings. Here, I'm just gonna go over my actual settings first. I want to let you know I'm running 22.6.1. Now, I've been told that this is actually a better version for Windows 11. I've heard that you get way more performance out of it. I'm still running Windows 10. I don't like Windows 11 or the way that it looks. I didn't want to change something that wasn't broken. I didn't want to fix what's not broken. Everything works fine for me. I'm happy with what I have. Now, the preferred software version is recommended only, so that way you don't get any of those optional installs or anything like that. I just wanted it the way it was. I'm just going to run through all this stuff. You can pause it to see and to match up the settings if you like the way that my settings are, or just comment on the settings. Tell me how I may make it better. Tell me what's wrong in your opinion. But these are the settings that I play on. Currently, right now, I am actually recording with my GPU encoder rather than my CPU encoder. I actually made a video right before this, and I was running it on my CPU encoder, and I'm hoping that that was the reason why my frames weren't as high as typical. Now, if the frames are not running the way that I think that it should be running, I'll let you guys know. Just so you know, when I'm streaming and playing the game at the same time, Cold War, I usually get 200 FPS or better. And it ranges because of the minimum and maximum clock speed that I have. Okay, I don't get any crazy frame drops or anything like that. Everything works smooth, and I have a really good performance out of this card. I got it for $750 on eBay, open box. That's probably the best price point I've seen from any website or anywhere. And I'll be making videos on my PC build as well, and the price points and what I think is a good price. And if you guys want any help with anything, comment. I'll try to help as much as I can in future videos regarding PC builds, PC components, etc., etc. I'll always be going over different things. Like I play Warzone, and I also play Black Ops Cold War. And hopefully I'll be playing this Modern Warfare 2 that's coming out soon. And I'll be going over builds, metas, etc., etc. So like and subscribe the video, share it if you'd like, comment. I'm always open to any comments, and I'll try to help as much as I can. Anyway, I have FreeSync on because I have a 32-inch Acer Nitro XZ, 32-inch, 165 hertz, 1 ms It's not real 1ms, but it is 1ms. I have no issues with the slider. The slider is awesome. I have FreeSync on. I think I have HDR off at the moment. I do have it off, but it does run HDR. It's just that streaming HDR sucks. But when you're playing the actual game, HDR, it looks amazing. If you don't stream, put on HDR. So these are my settings here. I do have hotkeys on. I use it for Alt R, so I can open up the full screen UI in game. And then if you go to preferences, that's the only thing I have on. So I can change anything in game. Okay, just want to show y'all that. 1 second. Okay, so now these are my clock settings here. I don't overclock the CPU. 5600X does wonders. I don't need to change it. For a change, for a difference of maybe 5 FPS, I'm not gonna overclock it. GPU, you have to hit custom tuning, manual tuning, in order to get all these options. As you can see, I have my GPU tuning enabled, advanced control enabled. Minimum frequency is on 2500, maximum frequency is at 2700, voltage at 1080, runs smooth. VRAM tuning is on, memory timing is on default, advanced control is on, and I have my max frequency at 2080. Now, other people may have different settings. They may be able to do better, whatever. I'm playing how I play. I have it on how I have it on. If you have any suggestions or found that, you know, there are different overclock settings that may work better for you, then comment, let me know. I'll try it out. Works, I'll make a new video, updated video on how I use or what my settings are. Excuse me. You have to excuse me the pollen these days. Allergies, man, picking. Anyway, AMD Smart Access Memory is on. If yours is disabled and you can't enable it, there is something that you can do by going into the BIOS or the UEFI menu. And I can make a video on that later on, or you can do research, real quick search on YouTube on how to get that done. You just have to go in the BIOS, change a couple settings, come back, boom, you'll have it. Depending on, you know, of course, your motherboard, etc., your BIOS, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fan tuning is on. 0 RPM is at disabled. Why? Because I want my fans to be running no matter what. Now, before you overclock, 0 RPM is on by default, which means that the fans will be off until it hits a certain temperature, and then it'll kick on, depending on, you know, the temperature. Most of the time, the default settings, it's like the fan is just on silent. You won't hear the fans at all. And that's fine. I mean, if you're okay with having like 70, 80 GPU temperature, which 70 is like ideal. Once you get to 80 and above, you're starting to get into that red zone. You don't want to be there. I don't even get close to that. I get like 55 degrees Celsius maximum, even when I'm streaming and gaming at the same time. To me, that's ideal to keep it nice and cool, prolong the life of my gear. Why would I want to, you know, I mean, some people change their gear every 2-3 years, maybe even 4 years. Me, I like to keep it as long as I can, right? So I'm not trying to just pour money into my computer all the time. So I'm just that kind of guy. I'm a budget kind of guy. Like I said, I paid $750 for this thing. You can't beat that. So I have my advanced control on. 0 RPM is off. These are my fan speed tunes here, my temperatures and the fan speed. So what you're looking at here is basically the fan speed, which is in percentages. So 0% would mean that the fan is completely off. So from anything below 34 degrees, I'm always going to have a fan speed of 40%. Now, this may be a little aggressive for a lot of people. It's actually, I can hear it. I can hear it. It's pretty loud. I wouldn't say pretty loud. You can just hear it. You hear it working. And the sound of it is actually soothing a little bit to me. It's pretty nice. I like it. It lets me know that my gear is working. It lets me know that it is cooling. And as it gets hotter, those fans are going to turn up even more and more and more. So it's going to get pretty loud depending on what you're used to. To me, I'm cool with it. I can't hear it. I got my headphones on. There's shooting, people talking crap. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it doesn't really matter. I can't hear it. But these are my settings. And of course, I have power tuning enabled and I have my power limit to 15%. Okay. So these are my settings for my GPU. I ran a stress test. Personally, if you're going to run a stress test, you got to run at least 3 minutes just to make sure that you have prolonged stability. And we're going to go ahead and go straight into a game. I want you guys to see it live and see what kind of FPS I'm getting, and see what range of FPS I'm getting. I'm also going to show you my settings in game for graphics so that you guys can see exactly what I am working with. I don't play on performance settings. Okay, a lot of people play on performance settings where they sacrifice some graphics in order to get high frames, which is fine. I have no issue with that. If anything, that probably works to my advantage personally. But I mean, I kind of want to see, now that I have a pretty expensive graphics card. Before this, I had I had a 1070 Ti turbo. I was just fine with like 180 FPS, right? 160, 180, something like that. I was running on a $300 build. This is a ridiculous budget build. But now I have something a little more upgraded and I want to prolong the life of it. So I'm going to show you in game what kind of GPU temperatures I get, what kind of FPS I get. Now, like I said, I did record a video, did a whole video, and then I got into the gameplay, and then I was getting like 120 FPS, and I was like, what is going on? I had my rendering for this video through OBS on the X264, which is going to draw from the CPU. I don't know if that made a difference or not, but I put it on GPU now, and I'm hoping that it basically does what happens when I'm streaming, because that's how I have my streaming settings, to where it's using the GPU to render rather than the CPU. So hopefully my frames are going to match what I usually get while I'm streaming. And as you can see, GPU temperature 37, while we're in game 40, it's starting to go up. 38, 39, and my fans are gradually becoming a little louder. It's not a problem. Okay, so see the FPS is here, and this is while I'm recording, so it is using my GPU. I'm getting 180 plus. Oh, let me lower my volume here. It is a little loud. And I'm sorry for the cussing. I'm actually gonna, let me go ahead and mute everybody so y'all don't have to hear anything crazy like that again. I may have to mute that out next time. So as you guys can see, I mean, I'm getting a decent frame. This is while I'm recording. When I'm not recording, I'm getting 200 plus easily. As you can see, I don't get any stutters, no frame rate drops. GPU temperature is at an ideal temperature of under 50. I play mouse and keyboard. This is on full screen, windowed also. This is not on full screen. Full screen windowed. They say you get better performance out of a full screen without window. You know, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a, see, I'm getting up close over 200, depending on where I'm at. Typically I get, you know, 200 plus. We're gonna go over the settings in just a second. My goodness, this is why I play search. I'm playing like crap. It's whatever though. I just wanted to give you guys an idea. I haven't warmed up or anything. I just came in straight into the game. I'll show you guys my settings here in just a moment. Just wanna get a couple kills in. Oh my goodness. You can tell I'm not warmed up. Oh yeah, this isn't my favorite map either, so. Oh goodness. Yeah, starting to warm up. I wasn't even looking. Yeah. So, you can always lower a couple of settings here and there and you'll get way higher rates of frame rate. I'm happy with what I got. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just want to give you guys, oh, what am I doing? Everything I do is live. Everything is raw. I forgot to show you my settings in game. So I am going to show you the settings in game. I do appreciate you guys watching, by the way. If you would, please like, subscribe, please hit that notification bell. You know, it supports the channel and it gives me motivation to make more videos. I'm going to be making a lot of videos. I'm going to give you guys information on the gear that I'm using, all that good stuff. So I'm going to show you guys the settings. I'm going to show you why I'm not getting like 250, 300, 400 FPS, which I could probably get easily just by changing a few settings and lowering it a little bit. But like I said, I like to have good graphics. And I don't want to sacrifice that just for getting an outrageous amount of frames personally when it's very, very playable at what it's at right there. So these are the settings here. Got 165 hertz. Keep your refresh rate as high as it can be. Render resolution always at 100. My field of view is at 110. Some people play 120. Some people play less. Whatever. Do what you do. Texture quality high. It's not on ultra. It's on high. Now if I lower that, that's going to make a big difference in my frames. Model quality is high. You want to keep that on high. I always keep that on high no matter what. HD game textures and models is on, 4K interface is on, etc., 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 etc. Very few things are disabled or set to low. And I got all these things on. Ray tracing. This is one thing that you want off. I would turn it off if you have an AMD a Radeon, because ray tracing is the NVIDIA cards handle ray tracing a little better. If you turn this on even on low, your FPSs are going to drop big time. So I would definitely keep this on disabled. Okay. And then everything else is really high. Look, I have anti-aliasing on ultra, ambient occlusion quality on ultra, So these are my graphic settings. Like I said, you can get better frames. There are videos that'll show you how to get maximum frame rates at the cost of graphics. Okay. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I got going on. You saw the GPU temperatures. They don't rise above, they don't ever hit 60 degrees and more. You want to, let's go ahead and do Warzone as well. And also keep in mind, guys, I am recording / streaming at the same time. So frame rates are going to be a tiny bit lower than what it would be if I was just straight playing the game with no streaming. Now, if you're a streamer, might want to lower your settings just a little bit to get more frames. But with the setup that I have no issues. So now we're going into Warzone. I'm going to show you the settings first, and then we'll get into a game, and I'll show you guys what kind of frame rates I'm getting. If you've been watching this whole time, this is just a random. I just want you guys to comment the word Yank Gang. Yang Gang. Well, not Yank. That's how it's spelled, Y-A-N-Q. Type in Yang Gang in the comments. I'm gonna pick a random person to win a random amount of a gift card, maybe a $10 gift card for, I don't know, Amazon, something. Oh, I lied, hold on. So if you type in Yang Gang in the comments, you will be entered to win a $10. Now I have this on full screen to win a $10 Amazon gift card. So I got it on 1440p, dynamic resolution, blah, 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 brightness, blah, blah, display quality, 110 field of view, 50% camera movement, streaming quality normal, texture normal, high. So this is set a little bit more for more frames, just because Warzone is a little heavier of a load. Anti-aliasing is at 1x, everything is disabled. Extra, enabled, normal, disabled. So these are all my settings here for my graphics on Warzone. And as you can see, just off the bat, the Warzone graphics are not as great as how I have it on Cold War. Still looks good though. Still looks really good. It's gonna be good because I have a 6900 XT. Why did I choose a 6900 XT? I'll make a video on that as well. Like I said, I'm gonna make a whole PC build video. Why I picked this, why I picked that. Because I was trying to keep my budget under a couple grand, and I probably met about 2,000 just because of all of the extra stuff that I have in there. I have some RGB lighting in there. I have, you know, some cables that are RGB as well. So I wanted it to look nice and to run well and not to cost an arm and a leg. You know? Now, I can probably give you a budget build that may cost $1,000. That's if you're okay with older parts, right? I'm very good at doing stuff like that. See, so as you can see, my frames, I'm getting around 200, 170, 180 to 200. And everything looks amazing, right? As you can see, I'm happy with it. Oh goodness. That's just, that's terrible. I'm not getting any frame drops. Sheesh. Yeah, everything's smooth, very smooth. And if you're not okay with these settings, I don't know what you're going to be okay with. Pretty decent. And like I said, I'm also recording right now. Recording seems to take, it's gonna take up more resources than it does. It takes up more resources than it does to stream, I think. I feel like. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm doing it in lossless quality. Also because my output for recording is at 1440p. So it's taking way more information, way more graphics, and creating a bigger file than it is for me to stream at 1080p and upload it to a server. So, but you see the frames at the top left. You see that I'm getting around like anywhere from 170, 180, 200, 200 plus. All right. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little, you know, preview of what you're gonna get. But yeah, let me take this off here. Okay, so yeah, that's GG's. I just wanted to give you guys, like I said, an idea of what you're gonna get in GPU temperatures, in frames. You saw all the information right there. You know, that's basically the rundown. If there are any videos that you'd like me to make, any research that you'd like me to do, comment in the comments, and like, subscribe, you know, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. I'll actually give you guys that information at the end of this video. I'm gonna hit the stream ending and you'll have all the information, my schedule, everything. But I really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully I helped you guys out a little bit, gave you some information that may help you in the long run. And until next time, so.